Okay, we're recording, but it's just audio only.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like knocking on people's doors. Like, does that extend? Like, do you think people should focus on politics? Like the layman, the average.
I want it
person.
to be like that. I want direct democracy. I want everybody able to vote for everything on their phone because we should.
Okay.
Why not? If
see.
you tell me it can't be secure, I'll say, but people can exchange money and that's secure, so it ain't gonna be done.
And you're saying like on every legislative issue, or just?
Well, that would be eventually. Like, it needs to be passed constitutionally, but I don't see why it's impossible to do technologically and why it shouldn't be done. It's just more of this, well, we're smarter than everybody else, we get to make the rules. No, I don't agree with that.
I like that. Is that based off experience you had, or just the failures you've seen? Like, where does that belief come from?
Well, I've always liked our history that we, overthrew a monarchical power, which is all the power in one person, but then we didn't go far enough, which, I can't blame them, they're dead. But now we can do something, so.
Yeah, but don't you feel like all, in hindsight, movements didn't go far enough?
Yeah, I don't know I don't see a perfect place to live yet, so if that's what you mean. Like, this is pretty close.
Yeah, New York City's pretty great.
Yeah.
Do you think direct democracy, would make that ideal world, that ideal place?
It'll help. That's not the big changes. I want to soak the super rich for most of their money and improve everything. All women's rights actually is the number one thing. I want women at the top of every ticket and have 2/3 of the power nationwide for a change. And then when they get sick of it, they can let it go back to even.
Oh, so you're saying what do you mean by that? 2/3
I want them to have the supermajority because they've never had it. We've always had it.
Oh, okay, I see. You think that would also make more of a help with an ideal world?
I'll bet on it.
Yeah, I think you probably could. Do you look up to a particular politician that's a woman, or do you just believe women in general can do something like that?
Look up to. It's difficult in politics because I've never seen a politician that has the exact ideas that I have. I support them all. I want them to get rid of their parties, so all of the girls that are currently in the Senate and the House are going to have to go to independent, which is no big deal, and they can keep their seats for a while. I'm not going to try to control everything. This sounds very arrogant, but I want just the general speakership, and everybody else in the building can kind of figure it out.
Yeah, you think being you would
That's
shift the general
term.
discourse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we need more of that. There's a bit the two-party system kind of constricts thinking very,
terribly.
very hard.
It's awful.
It's kind of insane how much it does.
It's a team sport for them, and they think it's funny that they lie nonstop. It's just one solid lie. It doesn't matter what they're talking about or which team we're talking about.
And was that a belief you just always had going into politics? I mean, George Washington said being against politics.
Well, I didn't buy that story exactly, but I saw the 92 debate, 3 candidates, one of whom was fairly honest, and the other 2 were complete liars, and it was obvious. Ross Perot being the honest-ish one.
Yeah, and that kind of dissuaded you from...
Well, I could just tell. I'm like, he's lying, and I believe him. And these 2 were the ones that were in power and are going to be in power. So the whole system was open to me.
I see. Okay. And so you think politicians should be honest? That's a pretty tall order. That's the tallest order.
It's not hard for me, but for them, yeah, I agree. Because once they start telling the truth, their whole house of cards explodes.
Yeah, no, their ideology isn't really based on truth, is it?
No, it's just based on them winning.
Yeah.
I mean, they have some, Mike Johnson is fairly crazy with his Bible, but, still, they're very flexible on what they believe.
Yeah, no, it's kind of dependent on the election, if anything.
Yeah.
Do you have... So it's direct democracy, getting rid of the two-party system, but these are just ideological beliefs. As a 10th district congressman, what do you think you'd be into?
You mean specifically for the district?
Yeah. What do you bring for the 10th district?
Yeah, well, I proposed this without realizing it was already being done, a new subway system on the outer boroughs. So that sounds good. Plus another one that goes from Manhattan direct to connect them. I have on my website. I want fast ferries. Tell me if you like this idea. It's so goddamn hot in the subway, which can be fixed with mine fans. That's like first week of 2029. Every subway system in America is getting, each station is getting one of those great big mine fans to blow air through it. That'll knock it down a couple degrees. But anyway, I want ferries. I think it'd be cool. Like you're at 100th Street and you want to go to the Battery, you jump on a ferry instead of the subway. All of these fun ideas are possible with billionaires' money. And I want to have a, what do I call it? An online thing where you can pick your project and use the funding from their money to do civic stuff. Like whatever is a good idea. Like let's plant, 1 billion trees. Okay, who's going to pay for that? Bill Gates. Ching. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I see. So socialism for the poor, not for the rich, is
super rich. Over $1 billion.
Yeah, I feel like it's gotten so out of control that the rich has become separate from the uber wealthy.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being rich. That just means you're doing good and you're having a good time. But once you get to the point where it's like, this is way too much.
Yeah, you can buy lobbying and you can actually change the merit of democracy.
I mean, $1 billion sounds good. You want $1 billion? I'll take $1 billion. I think we'll be pretty happy for a while. Like to have 400 is just.
Even $1 billion, I don't even think you could spend that in a lifetime.
Well, I don't want to rule out the idea of somebody being like, I want to, have my house in Beverly Hills that's 16 stories tall, whatever. Not my problem. But some people want that. So.
I mean, I think everybody wants it. I think everybody's almost a temporarily embarrassed billionaire in this country.
Yeah.
That's why they defend the rich. Defend the system.
I want the whole category gone. Like, just tax them so they. It's going to be harder to find the money than the land. I don't know if you realize that land is actually the bigger drain on the economy. They own so much of it that it's.
It's the beauty of eminent domain.
Yeah. Something like that. Well, it's easy to find it. They can hide their money.
Yeah, no, I think, would you be for funding the IRS and changing the tax code so they can't hide their money?
Yeah, whatever's possible. I mean, just $1 billion is the limit. And however everybody can think of to find it and get it and give it to the federal government, which will immediately give it out to everybody, I'm for it.
And going back to public transit, what do you think of Zohar Mamdani, who seems to be...
He's good. I helped him out the other day.
You really did? You canvassed?
No, I heard that he got harassed when he went to Staten Island. So the guy who was the leader of the harassment, I emailed him and said, you do that again, I'm going to harass you. You're not going to like it. So we'll see what happens.
You got experience harassing harassers?
I'm very good at it. And I don't get away with it because the police like me.
Really?
Yeah.
I work for the BPD up in Boston.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no, I help with cold cases.
Oh, cool.
But
I'd love to hear about that.
It's all confidential, but yeah, no, it's a pretty. I'm a sophomore, and they just let me work for them. It's ridiculous. It's surprising how much Excel can get you in today's world. Yeah. Nobody knows how to use Excel, even though everything runs on it.
I'd be curious what you saw in the departments that was inefficient, or I mean, I know they're corrupt like every organization, but like maybe when your camera guy comes, you can tell me what some of the police department changes you would do.
No, we're only going to talk about education.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm speaking as myself right now, but I mean, listen, I wouldn't say they're overly corrupt. I didn't see anything with the detectives, but
well, no, I mean it's not like a movie, but they still protect themselves and each other, which is a problem.
There's institutional changes, right? Yeah. But that's for everything. But inefficiency, I don't know. I think a lot of public services, even the most well-funded ones, like the police, need more funding needed to be better allocated. Like, these people get into office and they make top-down decisions without really having experience or understanding of, let's say, your public transit or your police station or your janitorial and cleaning needs of a city.
Yeah,
and it's led to, I think, like a backlog. And a lot of these departments and services have fallen apart, and now they need a lot of care and attention and funding.
Have you worked for the government? I mean, you sort of did, but like they don't care because the local business owner isn't there to be on their ass about everything. So everything is sloppy, which is whatever. But it's an inefficient system.
But I also think it's like the attention we have is on the wrong things, and there's like almost a distaste for public service. They think private service.
Well, you can fix a little bit of something, and then everybody else doesn't really try, and it's all fucked up, and you're like, oh, I give up.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to do the right thing in all parts
Yeah.
of life, even in your own relationship, and probably in government. I don't know. I think it'd be harder to do it in a relationship than in government. Do the right thing. To be honest.
Yeah.
Love is hard. I think love is the hardest thing.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that, but the honesty issue is huge. And after I win, I want the camera and the microphone and screenshot on my devices and myself at all times. That way, nobody can be like, "Well, what's he doing behind closed doors?" You can watch, you can listen, you can read. And
yeah, I think transparency is a pretty huge issue. Almost, it doesn't really exist anymore.
I would love to be. When those exposés of a microphone being left on and you get 10 seconds of them having an honest conversation, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, no, it would have a pretty, don't you feel it would have a pretty extreme growing pain? Like, do you think, like if it was transparent, I think people would rapidly want change.
Yeah.
Than they do now. It would probably be almost one of the most beneficial things you can do as an independent.
Yeah. I mean, everybody knows it's bad. That's why Congress has a super low approval rating, but nobody has figured out how to fix it, which is to just throw them all out.
Yeah, I think I would probably agree with that. They haven't really done a good job in the last few decades.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to buy a house. Nobody can really now.
How would you like an acre or some nice place?
An acre?
It's a homestead, yeah.
I like the Homestead Act.
Yeah, reignited with new land.
I think that would be beautiful. Even not even an acre, just an apartment. People being able to own their spaces, I think, is a beneficial thing. Not
Yeah.
only for like economy and places, but also culture. I think people should be able to own and not spend most of their money on rent.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I want all that fixed. Like, everybody... It's going to cause an economic slowdown, which sounds bad, but it's not, if you just back off on the consumption. And then everybody can just relax,
Yeah.
which I think will be more fun.
Yeah, I think people need. I think to get to the ideal world, it's all about making people be able to have an economic freedom.
Yeah.
And I think that's where you see
Every day is snow day.